G'day Internet, it's Dan. My wife asked me if I could build a frame for this canvas print. Naturally I said yes, but we're about to find out together. Things I used for this project, apart from my miter saw and my drill, were wood glue, masking tape, 2 different sized brackets, and some 90-degree clamps. I measured the canvas along the top, the side and the bottom to make sure it was square. And then I cut my bits to length with a 45-degree miter at both ends. I also cut them about 5mm longer than what I'd measured the canvas to be, just to leave a bit of a gap. I sanded each piece with 80, 120 and then 240 grit sandpaper, making sure to remove any sharp edges. And here's where the tape comes in. Tear off a piece and place the edges of 2 pieces of frame against each other, add some glue and then fold them together. It would have been ideal to do this to all 4 pieces, but as you'll see, my bench isn't big enough, so I did 2 pairs and then I moved to the floor to repeat the process. You'll then want to clamp up each corner nice and firm, and I left mine for about half an hour to dry. I used the small bracket to brace each corner of the frame, and then I used the large bracket in the opposite way to secure the frame to the canvas using these 2 holes. I made sure I pre-drilled all of the holes first because the material was thin and I was so close to the edge I wanted to avoid any splitting. After screwing on all the brackets, I removed the clamps and gave each corner a sand to try and roll over any edges and fill any gaps with a bit of glue. Not ideal, but the saw clearly needs some adjusting. I then coated the whole thing with 3 coats of clear matte spray, leaving each coat to dry for about the length of an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine before lightly sanding and applying the next coat. Once everything was dry, I brought the frame inside and attached it to the canvas. I laid some cardboard down first and then the canvas on top of that so that hopefully the frame slips right over the top, and yes, we're good. Then I screwed everything down. And hung it. Well, I guess that answers that question. On to the next job. A bit of a smaller job compared to what I've got coming up, but good to know that I can do the small stuff too. If you've got any tips, let me know in the comments. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Otherwise, remember to give all your projects a red hot go, and I'll see you on the next one.